Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, we'll give you all the latest on the Oscar buzz.
And a heroic woman saves dozens of children in a selfless act.
And California and Washington have allowed same-sex unions. Could Colorado be next?
Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Annalisa Blanco.
And I'm Anthony Kustura. For the second time, the state of California has overturned Proposition 8, finding it unconstitutional. The Ninth U.S. Court Circuit of Appeals voted in a split decision of 2-1. This is the third time that California has legalized same-sex marriage, with Washington being the most recent state to have same-sex marriage legalized. What does this mean for Colorado and the rest of the country?
Simone von Rivenberg joins us in the studio to discuss some very interesting news. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. The bill was approved by the Senate Judiciary Committee by a vote of 5-2 right here in Colorado. All 4 Democrats and 1 Republican on the panel supported the bill. The legislation would offer many basic rights and protections to same-sex couples that straight married couples have, but a provision in the bill describes it as distinct from marriage. Brown versus the board, Roe versus Wade, Miranda versus Arizona. These are among the most important Supreme Court rulings in history, and they've shaped American society significantly. On February 7th, a federal appeals court in California ruled that the Proposition 8 ban on gay marriage is unconstitutional.
Well, I think it's about time.
With the possibility looming that one day this decision may rest in the hands of the Supreme Court, many are calling the battle for gay rights this generation's civil rights battle. Proposition 8 is a proposed amendment in California that states marriage is an institution reserved for one man and one woman.
There's still so little equality given to this community. The fact that, we got engaged a few days ago after 2.5 years of being together and totally love each other and can't express that in our own state with our own family in a way that we'll have to go somewhere else to get legally married and then come back. There's still a lot of progress to do.
GOP frontrunner Mitt Romney has this to say.
I don't want civil unions or gay marriage, but there is a difference, even when just the word is the difference. And the difference is that if you indicate as a society that you're indifferent between a same-sex couple marrying and a heterosexual couple marrying, then it means our schools and other institutions are going to have to indicate that there's no difference whatsoever. And that obviously has societal consequences that are important.
I think people are getting sort of fed up with political candidates talking about social issues as opposed to political issues.
Non-supporters claim they have a strong interest in preserving the traditional definition of marriage. They stress particularly the importance of procreation. For now, the battle for equality wages on.
Our relationships matter. Our relationships last.
We do have standing. We are the ones who have been harmed by this, and this fight is going to go our way.
As you can see, tensions remain high on both sides. The Met Report will be sure to keep you updated on this important issue.
Well, it definitely seems like this issue is a hot button issue at that, and it'll just be interesting to see where Colorado ends up. I know Washington, California, and several other states have sort of started to take that same turn.
Absolutely. There's still a really long road ahead for, I think, both sides. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank
you, Simone. With higher education becoming more necessary on work resumes and universities becoming more competitive all the time, the majority of students in the United States depend on public education to help them graduate to college level. While Colorado ranks high in terms of overall performance and policy, the state has fallen significantly behind in funding, technology, and bridging the poverty gap. Is Colorado public education funding hindering the success of its high school graduates? Tune in next week to the Met Report for the full story.
Well, most people enrolling in college are about 18 years old or so, but one person took the college kid title literally. Moishi Kai Kavalin is publishing a book about starting college at 8 years old. He earned 2 associate's degrees at a community college at the age of 9 and is now 14, graduating with a bachelor's from UCLA. Kavalin says, quote, "People need to know you don't really need to be a genius, you just have to work hard and you can accomplish anything," end quote. His book titled We Can Do can be found for sale on Amazon.com.
Mitt Romney was on campus last week for Colorado primary, but his visit was affected by a future Aurora campus student. 20-year-old UCD student Peter Smith could face a year of jail time and $1,000 fine for glitter bombing Republican presidential hopeful Romney. Police have charged Smith with causing a disturbance and unlawful acts. Glitter bombing has been used as a form of protest against conservative politicians' opposition to same-sex marriage. Smith is on record saying, "I am not sorry that this has caused some publicity and embarrassment for him." Smith was planning on interning with the Democratic State Senate. However, the Chief of Staff, John Cavett, says that Smith's internship was terminated after the incident. Smith is due back in court on March 7th.
Tragically, dogs have been falling into lakes and ponds. The water may look solid, but pet owners beware. Met reporter Lika Bryant has more.
During the past 4 months, several dogs have fallen into frozen lakes and ponds. We went out on campus to ask you ways in which you keep your dog safe.
He jumped in a pond, and then there was chemicals in the pond, so he died a few days later after that. So my issue is probably more with the lawn fertilizer.
I keep him in the backyard. Nothing really too special, but I think as long as I do that, he should be safe. Usually, there's some things that are out of my control.
Warmer temperatures lately have caused the ice to weaken. A few unsuspecting pet owners have unfortunately had their pets fall into the freezing water.
I work at a kennel, and what we do at work is we keep everyone dry just so that their pads don't get irritated, and a lot of rashes and fungus.
None were seriously injured. Wishing you a safe winter for you and your pets. For the Met Report, Lika Bryant.
Well, Ski Magazine recently rated Steamboat the #8 ski resort in Western North America. The magazine cited the resort's small-town vibe and some of the country's best snow. But the town of Steamboat Springs boasts more than just that. The hotspot has started an innovative program to save its pristine mountain environment. About 3 years ago, Steamboat Springs set an ambitious goal to be 100% waste-free by 2014. Well, restaurants and town events use only recycled products, and even trash cans are sealed so customers can't throw anything away. The resort has already cut its waste by at least 70%. I think that is such a great idea. I'm actually surprised Boulder wasn't the first one to start it.
I think that they are leading a great example, and it'll be interesting to see if other Colorado towns and resorts will follow suit.
Absolutely. Well, after the break, we have a sit-down interview with a co-star from the upcoming film American Pie. And we even have a sneak peek of their tour bus.
And could king-size candy bars be getting dethroned? We'll tell you why your candy may be getting scaled down. Stay with us. But before we go to break, here's a quick look at your 7-day forecast.
Believe in yourself, realize that anything is possible, keep your eyes on the prize.
When you're at your weakest point, grace can rise up and pull you out.
So I felt like I was filling a void. Even when I'm faced with difficult situations, I can always find something to smile about.
Little simple ways. There's really lots of things you can plug into.
welcome back. Thanks to the Mars Company, the maker of candies such as the Milky Way, M&M's, Twix, Skittles, and Snickers, the company plans to stop selling all chocolate bars with more than 250 calories by the end of 2013. That means no more king-size Snicker bars, which pack a whopping, get this, 580 calories right now. It also means some regular-sized candy bars will be smaller. This move is part of an agreement Mars signed with Michelle Obama's Partnership for a Healthier America. The candy maker is among 16 companies that have pledged to cut more than 1 trillion calories from their foods by the end of 2015.
Well, for one elementary school in North Carolina, the definition of healthy seems to be a little confusing. Each day, the students' lunches are inspected to make sure they have enough nutritional value. Well, this week, a preschooler brought a healthy turkey sandwich, chips, and a soda. The school official opposed the drink of choice, and instead of switching it out with a carton of milk, the official threw the girl's entire lunch away and replaced it with some unhealthy chicken nuggets. The mother of the child is furious about the situation and is challenging the school. We here at the Met Report want to know what you think about the lunchtime debacle. Was it fair for the school official to throw away the whole lunch, or do you think the mother is being unreasonable? Sound off on our Facebook page at the Met Report, all one word.
An amazing story out of New Mexico this week. A mom is credited with saving a bus full of children. The driver collapsed at the wheel while the bus was in motion. And when the Albuquerque mother realized something was wrong, she hopped on the moving bus to help the kids on board. Rhonda Carlson saw trouble and didn't hesitate. Ignoring her own safety, she jumped onto a moving school bus, stopped it from crashing, and then called 911. School officials say the driver had a seizure behind the wheel with a bus full of kids.
Albuquerque 911, where is your emergency? Yes, ma'am, my bus driver, the bus was moving. He's kind of conscious, but he's drooling at the mouth. We're here with you, sir. We're here with you. Are you okay? Hang in there, sir. Hang in there.
The driver was taken to the hospital and he's now reportedly recovering at home. None of the children were hurt. Well, doctors across the country are sounding off about a shortage of medications for children with cancer. Some hospitals say they might start running out of the drugs, and the medication shortage is affecting sick children right here in Colorado. There's legislation introduced into Congress to give the Food and Drug Administration more power to deal with the drug shortage crisis, but no action has been taken.
Android phone user, beware which apps you are downloading. There's a fake Madden 12 app going across the internet that when it's put onto a phone, it roots the phone and puts a Trojan virus on it. Well, once the virus is on the phone, it takes full control of the device. This virus sends unauthorized international texts and calls that the user can't see. Plus, it also attempts to connect to a remote server that can even cause you more devastating effects. Well, some users are receiving phone bills exceeding $10,000. Make sure when downloading apps, you're downloading from the Android official app market only.
Among teenagers, sexting, which is the act of sending explicit pictures or content through text messaging, it's pretty popular, but it could get them in big trouble. 4 cell phones of Chaparral High School students have been confiscated by police. Sexting is considered a sex crime in Colorado, and the students could face serious charges for sexual exploitation of a child. The Met Report will keep you updated on this story as it develops. Well, the Arab League has asked the UN Security Council to send a peacekeeping mission to Syria. Please be warned, the following video contains graphic violence. The wave of Arab unrest that started with the Tanzanian revolution made its way to Syria in March of 2011. The Syrian government responded with hard-hitting force, and ever since, the demonstrations have engulfed the country. The Arab League has now called on other Arab nations to sever diplomatic ties within the country. In response, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad set a date later this month for a vote on a new constitution. This move is apparently designed to offer some kind of government-controlled change, despite the continuous fighting.
Movies like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Christmas Vacation, and Die Hard 2 have had a small part in recent Colorado history. But one Colorado representative is working hard to get movie makers back to Colorado. Reporter Jake Holgerson has more.
What do Die Hard 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith all have in common? They were all shot in Colorado. Well, parts of them were at least. But why don't we see more movies made in such a versatile state? Competition is a simple answer to that, and Colorado just can't compete. Currently, Colorado only offers a 10% rebate on production costs, placing the state 46th in the country for offering film incentives. Surrounding states such as New Mexico and Utah are leading the nation in film incentives by offering up to 25%. With average film production costs at $10 million, the difference of 15% is monumental in the eyes of studio executives. So on February 8th, in conjunction with the Colorado Film Commission, State House Representative Tom Macy introduced Bill 1268, the latest rendition in Colorado's 8-year push for better film incentives. The bill aims to raise the current incentive rebate to 20%, provide a bank loan guarantee, and is not only applied to the film industries, but the television, video game, and other multimedia industries as well.
It's a beautiful day, obviously, and I could go home right now and write a story that is set in Colorado.
We will continue to follow the journey of this bill, but until then, the Colorado Film Commission offers a logo of pride for anything filmed in Colorado. For the Met Report, this is Jacob Holgerson.
And their efforts seem to be paying off because the production of Johnny Depp's next movie, The Lone Ranger, is going to be filmed in our state. You could even have a chance to be an extra. Check metreport.org for more information.
This segment has been brought to you in part by Proactive. Help your skin, help your school. A portion of the proceeds benefits Metro Student Media.
When we come back, Benjamin Smith joins us in studio, and we have a sit-down interview with the American Reunion co-star.
And we'll give you the top picks for this year's Oscars. We'll be right back.